already.
Yeah.
I know, and temperatures going up as well to like a good place. Maybe not as warm. I don't have 60 like yesterday in a lot of spots, but it's warming up, and we've got 43 in Boston, 37 in Worcester, where we started below freezing this morning. Ooh, temps have gone up. You can see in Boston, we're shooting for those lower 50s under partly sunny skies. This afternoon, it will be warmer and brighter the further inland you go. So Worcester makes it to about 55, Concord, New Hampshire, 56, even 58 in Hartford, Connecticut. Well, we keep that coast under partly sunny skies. This afternoon, it will be warmer and brighter the further inland you go. So Worcester makes it to about 55, Concord, New Hampshire, 56, even 58 in Hartford, Connecticut. Well, we keep that coast, especially the Cape, cooler and cloudier as well. I'll be back with a look at those even. It was like kind of sticky as well. I can see that, but don't agree with you. That makes sense. We've got temperatures right now back in the 30s and 40s, so it's feeling cool, but again, it's not freezing this morning. These temperatures are above average again, and we've got a good amount of cloud cover in place this morning with some showers falling Hyannis and eastward. So today's forecast has a lot of clouds around this morning. Over time, you're going to see it brighten up. In Boston, we'll go from wake up 30s to afternoon highs back in the 50s under partly sunny skies. Brightest and warmest is going to be inland. In fact, Hartford, Connecticut is up around 60 this afternoon. I've got 55 in Worcester, mid-50s in Concord, New Hampshire. We'll keep it at about 52 in Boston and 42 on the Cape, with clouds down there. So we've got a big range that we're working with today. I'll be back with a nice stretch of weather that will last us most of the week coming up. We picked up between 1 and 2 inches of rain as expected, but some spots like Hyannis got like 2.5 inches of rain. So it was raining most of the day. It was just kind of that drab, dreary forecast that we were expecting. Now, these green icons, these are actually flood warnings for some of the local rivers, mostly out in the Connecticut River in western Massachusetts. And these river levels are set to peak today, but could remain above into minor flooding stage through about tomorrow. There's always like a backlogged effect when it comes to river flooding because you've got all the tributaries draining in. You've got snow melt from up north as well. So that's happening today. Luckily, last of the showers right now that are just barely clipping the outer Cape and Nantucket will be moving out pretty quickly today. And what you're going to find is that next couple of hours stay cloudy. I'd say any drops on the outer Cape and Nantucket come to an end by 7 o'clock this morning. And then during the afternoon, we turn partly sunny, more so I'd say north and west of Worcester. We keep a little cloud cover at the coastline, especially thick down on the Cape and the islands. But we do get some improvements as the day goes on. The cooling cloudy spot is going to be Cape Cod. We've got temperatures down there that will be stuck in the 40s. It's going to remain mostly cloudy. Even Situate and Plymouth today, mid to upper 40s. We'll squeeze out 50 in Bridgewater. We should get to 52 in Boston, 51 in Lynn. And then we've got all these mid 50s as you go north and west. It's going to be a little warmer and a little bit brighter out there, especially once you get into central Mass, Merrimack Valley, and southern New Hampshire. We'll keep it clear tonight. And you know what? Tomorrow we do it all over again. It's again going to be cooler at the coastline. But you can see this warm air is driving our forecast here as we get into the middle of the week. The warm weather doesn't last for the whole week, though, because we've got a pocket of cool air that comes in on Friday with our next storm system. That also means that we're not just talking rain out there, although it's going to be rain for most of you. We do have the chance for either a little mixing or a little bit of brief snow at elevations in point north of Boston on Friday. I think temperatures really iffy to get any sticking even in those communities. So we'll keep an eye on some of those far inland towns and cities. For most of you, it's going to be a wave of rain coming through on Friday. It will be a little cooler, just not cold enough for snow in Boston with temperatures back in the 40s. Temps go up again Saturday, drop a little bit on Sunday, but right now that weekend forecast is looking nice and for sure. So if you're waking up on the outer Cape or Nantucket, we do still have a little bit of rain. This should be done by about 7 o'clock this morning, at the very latest 8 a.m. But the clouds are going to stay abundant here, and temperatures will stay a little cooler. It's 38 in Yarmouth, it's 39 in Marshfield, 38 in Boston, and 32 right now in Worcester. Worcester is like pretty chilly to get things started this morning. We'll get a little more color with the sunrise, I'd say, in Worcester and central Mass today. You could see clouds break apart a little bit faster here. It turns partly sunny, and somewhere like Leominster is headed well into the 50s this afternoon. I've got inland spots in the mid 50s today. We'll keep the coast cooler, including Boston, in the lower 50s. In the Cape, it is 40s under mostly cloudy skies today. So a pretty big difference depending on where you are. Another little heads up I wanted to give you. This is typically the month that we start to see the first of our spring pollen arrive. Usually it's tree pollen, and those levels begin to go up as we get into early spring. I don't have very much right now in the forecast, but if you start like experiencing allergy symptoms, you can blame it on that.
Yeah,
Back
yesterday we got all the way up to 60 degrees, so it was one of the warmest days that we've had so far in 2025. Next couple of hours, it's significantly cooler than yesterday morning. It's about 20 degrees cooler, in fact, in Boston. We'll keep it mostly cloudy this morning with temperatures in the upper 30s. You can see we've got a fair amount of cloud cover out there, especially across eastern Massachusetts, with a couple of drops on tap for the Outer Cape and Nantucket. Those are going to be moving out really early this morning, but the clouds a little tougher to shake off today. In fact, we're going to keep it partly cloudy in Boston and mostly cloudy down across the Cape this afternoon, with mostly sunny skies developing Worcester into western Mass and into southwestern New Hampshire. So afternoon temperatures will be warmest and brightest further inland. We've got Framingham and Worcester at about 55. We've got 57 in Keene today, but we've got only 52 in Boston with partly cloudy conditions and clouds in 40s down on the Cape and the island. So it's going to feel pretty different if you're closer to the coastline. Tonight, more of the same. We take a dip into the 30s, and tomorrow temperatures go a little bit higher. In fact, we've got some inland 60s in the forecast here for your Wednesday plans and plentiful sunshine. Now, because the winds are coming in off the water temperature is just 40 degrees. It is going to keep the beaches, especially the Cape and the South Shore, a little bit cooler for your plans tomorrow. It makes it a little tough to decide what temperature we're going to put on our temperature trend or the 7-day forecast. And typically what we end up doing is taking some kind of average temperature. Usually that average temperature comes from around Metro West. So these are Metro West or greater Boston area temperatures as we go through the rest of the week. And we've got a ton of 50s, which are above average. Friday, it temporarily gets a little cooler, and that's going to have the next system that should be on your radar coming to town. So after a couple of warm days, we get a cold front and an area of low pressure coming through, and this is going to sweep in some cooler air. Now, it's not going to be cold enough for sticking snow for most of you. Some of our highest elevations in New England might get a little bit, but I tend to think locally we're probably just talking a bit of rain on Friday, and then we should dry out for the weekend. Weekend is going to start mild with temperatures in the 50s, if not the 60s on Saturday. Sunday, temperatures are set to drop a little bit, and we'll have